This morning, stormy weather continues to impact California with more on the way. Heavy rains have opened sinkholes in the middle of streets like this. Look at that. Just swallowed a car whole. That was in Los Angeles.
That's huge.
Here is a live look from Palm Springs where there was a swift water rescue from at least one car. Again, Palm Springs is kind of in a desert, so getting a lot of rain like that, not very common out there. The road is shut down right now. The LA metro system also flooding during rush hour. Look at all that rainwater making its way underground. Crews across California are cleaning up, and scenes like this, rivers flooded. They carried trees and mud onto roadways. Almost the entire state has been hit by all of this weather. Claudette Stefanian from NewsNation affiliate KTXL in Sacramento explains what the northern part of the state is dealing with.
In the early morning hours, a weather alert from the National Weather Service. Severe thunderstorm warnings for most of the Sacramento and San Joaquin valleys, bringing heavy rain and wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour. That wind and rain making driving conditions treacherous. This big rig was blown over and left hanging precariously over the Sacramento bypass. The National Guard was called in to help in the town of Wilton in southern Sacramento County. The town was under evacuation orders from the last round of storms. That order has since been lifted. Days of rain in the valley and in the foothills means extra runoff for rivers and streams. The swift currents can be dangerous. The fire department's water rescue crews had to pluck one man from the Sacramento River, which is running high and fast. So high, some parking lots are under feet of water. And the wind so fierce, the giant tree canopy of Sacramento was no match, crashing down on fences, cars, and homes. In Sacramento, Claudette Stefanian for NewsNation.
And Gerard is here now with the latest on this. It's just absolutely miserable for so many people there. Power outages, leaking and flooding in their homes, and never mind their cars.
Southern part of the state's getting a break. The central and northern part's not done. I mean, really, the whole state, it's not done, but they're going to get some breaks here and there. So the current radar showing more of that rainfall pushing into parts of the central and northern part of California, but they have had a ton. The last 2 days, these are some of the numbers, between 1 and 4 inches across most of the southern regions, some places getting incredible amounts. 18 inches in the upper altitudes. And again, all that runs down into those creeks and streams. And this is how wet it's been. Comparing over the last 30 days, okay, we're talking 200 to 300% of normal. Some of these areas, it's more than that. It's off the chart that we have here with how much rain they've gotten. The good news is that is filling up some of the reservoirs here. Many of them are at least 50% capacity. Some are approaching that 80% capacity. 10 to 20% of added water. That's great in just the last month or so. And then here we go with the snowpacks, many of them reaching what they should have for the season already. We're talking 92% of the seasonal snowfall has already fallen in the southern part of the Sierras. That's great news. They need all of that moisture. But we're going to be getting more in the coming days. The rest of the country right now staying fairly quiet, fairly mild. More of these systems are going to be rolling in off the Pacific. We're going to get one of those to blow up across the Northeast. That's going to bring some rainfall to those folks, but here we go again with California. Once we get to the weekend, they're going to be getting right back into that big wet pattern.
I want you to get the actual measurements for me, because I saw somewhere that they had seen in Sacramento about 13 inches of rain, and in the Sierra over 10 feet of snow or something.
I think by the weekend they could add another 4 to 6 feet of that.
That's just wow.
Yeah.
Biggest totals ever, maybe. Gerard, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.